Energy, common sense, and not caring about what people think and pleasing everyone. What does this mean to your business? Good evening and welcome to the Mario Ficini Show. I'm your host, Mario Ficini. Why don't you comment below and let me know if you can see me and hear me okay, because we're going to have a fun time and I'm excited to share this with you. So let's get started. Energy, what does it mean to your business? Well, it means a lot of things. If you're showing up in the world and you're just like, hi guys, how's it going? You know Eeyore from Tigger and Piglet and Winnie the Pooh 2? The depressing one? People don't like that. Who do you think wants to be around someone that's a downer, a sadder, someone that is just not really excited? Now, the flip side to this is also, you don't need to have all the questions. You don't need to have all your questions answered. There have been many times when I focus on doing all the details and making sure everything is perfect like this. Let's turn it that way so you can see that there's a mic thing. Actually, it should be this way. But here's the deal. Who cares? Because if you can hear me right now, which you probably can, which I should probably test, it's a detail. You want to be entertained. You want to have some level of energy that you expect from anyone that's in the public eye, whether it's on TV, in person, or anything. You know those people I'm talking about. Just, hi guys, how's it going? Life is grand. Those are the most hilarious type of people in the world to me, because it's like, what are you excited about? I'm so excited about all these things. It's like, are you going to notify your face? Smile. If you have nothing to smile about, stop for 30 seconds and think about all the stuff you do have to smile about before you go into wherever it is you're going. A meeting, a sales presentation, a sales call, whatever it is. What does this... Oh, we have Deborah Crowley. Welcome, Deborah. I love this new setup. That just popped up and it shows me who it is right here, not on Facebook. More on that later. So the energy that you exude is what attracts people, because you can have all the stuff in the world, but if you're not literally exuding energy like a radio tower, how is it going to come back? How are anyone going to notice you? Maybe that's what's repelling them. Maybe everything else is great. But the energy makes a huge difference. And I kid you not, I kind of did this to test something out. Now, part of it may be because of how I did this technically, but I am fully different than on a few other presentations. And I've noticed there's literally been times I've screamed on here just to get the energy up, and then magically more people are on here. Now, maybe it's technical, maybe it's not, but I promise you in real life, actually, I know for a fact that if you have more energy here, energy never ceases to move and all that scientifical stuff, but especially when you're in closer proximity, it makes a huge difference. You can also sense it. So what does that mean to your business? Stop. Don't just go through the motions. If you need to take a breather, I've told pretty much every single one of my consulting clients, before you go into the next thing, before you come home, before you go anywhere, everyone is so rushed. Why not just sit in your car? It's one of my favorite things to do. Turn on the DVD player, heated seats, steering wheel, massage, and just get ready to enjoy the next segment and chapter of the day. If you had a crap morning, don't let it become a crap afternoon or evening. If you had a crap night, don't let it carry over to the next day. It doesn't matter. Just reset. You don't need to wait for a new year or a new month or a new week or a new day. You can do it at any point in time. That's what all this matters, because this is why I put the third part of this. It's called energy, common sense, and not trying to please everyone. This last part straight up is for me. I had the most interesting encounter today. And it still boggles my mind. Someone wanted to connect with me. Okay? Someone wanted to connect with me. I did. I said, hey, how's it going? You know what? Just connecting, talking, starting a conversation. They said very little and then said, what's your email? And I was like, well, that's odd because we were talking here on Facebook. And then I gave them my email. In the email, let's just read it. Let's just read it because this really does apply to your business. Be live, be live. Here it is. Not going to say who. Seems really nice. It was just odd to me. And I was hesitant to even do this because there is some likelihood that this might get seen. And it's like, oh no, it's just someone I just met. But here's the thing. If they didn't care that much to actually engage in a conversation, literally on Facebook, we're talking. And I'll just pull that up for accuracy because I know someone's going to be fact checking this crap. Here we go. It's like 3 sentences. Hi, so-and-so. Thanks for reaching out to connect with me here on Facebook. What's your core business focus? Hey, Mario, but bump. Not going to tell you what they do either because you can figure it out. And I said, that's great. I figured that it was such and such, specifically in this city, based on your cover photo. Nicely done. What inspired you to get into it? I sincerely and legitimately wanted to connect and say, hey, what inspired you to start your business? I always love hearing that. I love hearing the behind the scenes story. So what's new with you? Oh, well, we got more clients and everyone's doing that every week. What inspired you to start the business or start doing what you're doing? So I put, what inspired you to get into it? What is your email? I can share details. Sent them my email. Next screen. Mario, thank you for your connection. Let me know if you need anything. Have a great evening. Subject line. Have a great evening. So on 2 fronts, you reached out to me. You reached out. Is this the person? No, it's Sheila. Hey, Sheila, how's it going? Good. I like Sheila. Sheila's awesome. They reached out to me. I said hi. I was nice. What inspired you to start your business? Hey, what's your email? I will share more details. Kind of weird. We're already talking. Tip. If you're advertising to someone and you have their attention and you're talking one-on-one, why would you make them go to your website to get the next amount of information? If they're on your website, why would you make them have to call? Now, I'm not saying for the final call to action, but wherever you've got them, you've already got their attention. Don't skip them around just to make it fit what you think it should fit. We're already talking on Facebook. Hey, what's your email? I'll answer your question, but through email. Thank you for, and then the email, I was actually expecting maybe a pre-done PDF, maybe a pre-done anything. Hell, maybe they just wanted to type out because it was easier to type than on Facebook. I don't know. I will send you the emails. I'll send you the details via email. The email says, thanks for your connection. Let me know if you need anything. They were trying to sell me. Or within the next 24 to 48 hours, I'll get a request to like their Facebook page. I've seen people do this, which tells me they care more about getting their numbers up than actually connecting. Or they wanted my email to put me on one of their mailing list. Maybe I'll do a report on Monday and let you know what happened, but it's got to be one of those things because clearly they're not looking to engage. Now, if you had half a shred of intelligence, and this has nothing to do with me, it's who you're connecting with. It's not rocket surgery to look to see how many connections I have. Maybe, just maybe, engage for 3 minutes, and maybe, just maybe, I would promote you to everyone. This is weird now, and they're now in bucket C, a teaching example. I tell people this all the time. It's full disclosure. When I meet people, online, offline, or whatever, bucket A is, wow, we're really connecting. B is, huh. C is, yeah, you just ruined both opportunities and you're now in the teaching, movie, or funny story bucket. This is all 3 of the above. So remember that. What is your outcome? What is your energy when you're coming? Because I would have never thought their energy was too high over the top or too low that I don't want to be around them. Totally normal. Everything was legit. Nothing red flagged me. Say in person, it's a little different. Some people are just, it's like, whoa, chill on. Did you have like a triple vente with like 9,000 shots? Or are you just so scatterbrained you can't focus for 10 seconds? Big difference. And there's nothing wrong with being too energetic if it's fun and you know how to control it. Welcome to Hollywood. That's what everyone is. They can go over the top, but there's rhyme and reason for it. It's not just, there's two different types of people, the entertaining, engaging ones and the people that are just basically talking out loud, regardless if anyone is around or they're in front of 100 people. They're just, do you talk to be heard or do you talk for attention? Big difference. So we got more people joining. Let's see. We got Sheila, we got Deborah, and we're going to say, Deborah says thanks, and I will say, comments from Facebook Live post will be on. Okay. Deborah says thanks. Deborah is awesome. If you don't know her, you should. I met her at the Bowl-a-thon for the Rotary Club last week, and I like her. I look forward to seeing you this week. And Sheila is awesome. I'm so glad we met, and I really hope. I look forward to seeing her this Wednesday. That's what I'm going to say there. I'm not going to. You know what I'm thinking, Sheila. You're awesome. And Carlos. So this was on my heart. This was on my mind. Energy, common sense, and not trying to please everyone. Full disclosure, the last part, I have always been hesitant to say certain things because I want to sincerely help people. Now, if I'm on stage or in a movie or something or on camera, it can kind of go into entertainment mode, which is totally fine. However, I don't like agitating people. It's not my nature. Some people go, I'm a realist. I speak the truth. I don't like your no, they probably wouldn't say I don't like your outfit, but they'd be like, hi, how's it going? Why are you wearing a black tie? Who cares? Why? It's kind of like, you know what I mean? They're just different. They're off. They don't, I just like being honest. You can still be honest, but not be a prick about it. Like, so I almost didn't share that story. I was like, what if he hears it? But I'm like, if he clearly doesn't care that much about what he's doing to me, then I care, but I shouldn't be afraid to go, hey, why did this happen? So the energy part, show up. If you need to take a breather, we all do. Sometimes the breather is more than 5 minutes, more than 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months. Who knows? But the point is, be aware of what you're doing. Don't be going through life so quick that you miss everything. If you're purposely trying to agitate people, that's different. A lot of comedians say a lot of funny stuff, and I know for a fact they're purposely trying to stir the bucket, if you will. Sometimes that's just fun. Other times, it's really great to really help people. That's most of the time. But sometimes you can get so just caught up with doing, you forget that you're a human being. Well, I'm working 98 hours this week. Well, you're not a robot. You're not supposed to. Why? Evaluate what you're doing. Is this the best course of action? But I'm saving money. At what cost? Your family's, husbands, wives, or your friends? Great, you saved $20. You lost 20 friends. Not really worth it if you ask me, but whatever. Lisa! Hello! An awesome job picking up that song. Loved your comment the other night. Absolutely, it was P.D. Pablo. Absolutely. Care to guess the song I had on after? So, energy, common sense, and not trying to please everyone. We got the energy, not trying to please everyone. Look, this goes back to the other stuff. It's a busy time of year. That's false. Every time of year is a busy time of year. It just depends on what you're busy with. I don't even like the word busy. Productive, effective, leveraged, intentional, by design. But busy, you can be busy doing 1,000,001 things. You can be busy standing in line. Not really the highest and best use of your time, if you ask me. But people do it. You know, what is it costing you? What is the true expense? You're showing up, you're present, that's great. Energy's good. But are you using common sense? I admit that I don't always. Sometimes I don't care. It's usually what it is. And other times it's like, I almost shared something last night. It was for Facebook. And it said, do you ever look at someone sometimes and just wonder, who helps you tie your shoes? And it was funny to me because so many people, that's exactly what it is. You're going to do all these great things. You're going to help all these people, but you don't have a shred of common sense to realize what you're actually be doing. You want to help me with something, but you can't look me in the eye and have a 5-minute conversation? That's questionable. You've got more ambition than me. That's also questionable, but there are people. But it seems that you're always sharing the things you're going to be doing. Think about this. Share with me one thing you want to accomplish between now. Let's not even go into next year, the end of next year. What is something you want to do between now and the end of this year? Big or small? Comment below. Oh, that's good. Also, drink more water. It's really good for you. In the summer, it regulates your body temperature so you don't overheat. And guess what? In the winter, it regulates your body temperature so you don't get too cold. Also makes your brain go faster. The more hydrated your brain is, the quicker you can think, the more you can get stuff done. And it won't take you 4 hours to do what you can do in 1 hour. Andy, hello. You would think, however, if you drink water, you're going to be colder. That is not the case. What is this? Share your desktop. Oh, don't need to right now. Did it a little bit different. The quilt lined up a kind. So let's go back to this, the energy. Oh, Deborah, share video. Very good. Sheila, powerful. We do that a lot. Okay, Deborah, thank you for that. I'm just seeing it now on Facebook. Mario Ficini shared, but it wasn't showing up on here. If there are any can you like or hit the button on here? Make something the like or share or love or whatever. Just hit the thing and let me know if there's any comments I haven't answered. I saw the thanks, the hi Mario, hi again. But Deborah, I just saw powerful. We do that a lot. It's not showing up here though. I will have to send in the support ticket. But that's fine. We're moving forward. Doesn't matter. Just want to make sure I'm getting everyone. Deborah, I just saw powerful. We do that a lot. It's not showing up. Very good. So you can hear me, you can see me. So what does it relate to your business? What do you want to accomplish? We got a few weeks left. We got the new year coming. We got the new week coming. We got everything ahead. But take that list. Here's what I want to leave you with. Here we go. I don't see it here as well. Well, good. Now it's working. Yes. Thank you, Deborah. So, Deborah, what is something you want to accomplish? I mean, albeit big or small, a lot of people that come to me for consulting and coaching and how to grow their business, it's like, oh, I want to do all these things. And I had a great conversation earlier today with another new client, and it was like, here's what we want to do. One of my presentations I did last January, and I'm thinking I might just do it again. It's called multiplication by subtraction. You want to get this exponential result? Do less. You want to go an inch wide and a mile deep. So many people are going, I'm going to do this, 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 and they never take the next step. And even if they take the next step, they never take the next step. And if they take the first 2 steps, they never take the next step. One of my favorite authors, Robert Kiyosaki, bought the game, excited for my friend to come into town for holidays so we can play it again. But on the box cover, Cash Flow 101, I'll never forget this. I opened it up and it said, are you playing to win or are you playing to not lose? You don't even need to play the game. You don't even know what the thing is. But if that's what you invested in it and that's all you got out of it, are you playing to win or are you playing to not lose? Are you playing to win or not lose? 1-0. Are you playing to win or are you playing to not lose? Wow. That's powerful. Are you just looking to get by and do the next thing to eke through the next week? Are you aiming for next year? If we were to have this conversation 1 year from now, would you have went through 52 weeks a week at a time? Are you aiming now for 2019 and setting yourself up with a deliberate, systematic plan so every month you know what you're doing? Hey, it might be a little baby step. It might be a little baby step. It might be another little baby step, but we're building momentum and building on top of it. If you're just doing every week, you can't even think 6 months down the line, let alone work towards it, because all you're doing is living the same thing over and over. How can you plan? You got to be aiming down the road. To me, that's just a little bit of freaking common sense. So that's why I called it this. You might call it strategic planning. It's what I take my clients through. It's a lot of fun because most of the time, we're so caught up in our business and focusing on what we're good at, you might not be seeing outside of the box here. And all it takes is a little tweak and go, let's do this January, that in February, that in March, that in April, that in May, and that in June. And I assure you, come July, you're going to go, holy smokes. And we just steered the ship. We just avoided the iceberg. Did you know that? The Titanic would have avoided the iceberg if they could have got to the binoculars. Greatest ship liner on the face of Earth. Thousands of people lost. Crossing the Atlantic Ocean, all these things, movies, all this stuff. I just saw something the other day. It was like the top 15 things you would have never guessed. One of them was Alaska was sold for like $18 million. They didn't realize it was rich with oil and minerals. The Titanic didn't see the iceberg because the crew couldn't get the binoculars. Why? Not because they didn't have them, not because they didn't know how to use them. They couldn't find the key and they were locked. How many icebergs are you going to hit before you go, let's take 5 minutes and plan something out? I'll be the first one to admit there's been many times I'm like, go, 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 go. You just go, and you're always going, but you never stop to go. You're winning the marathon, you're going 150 miles an hour. Great. No one else, you're not racing against anyone, though. There's no fans, there's no audience, and no one bought tickets. What are you running for? If your goal is to win the race and get the award and have ticket sales and get publicity and more visibility, and you're doing it alone, hint, work with the team, even if they're strategic partners, they don't need to be staff necessarily. But what can you do to leverage your time, energy, and money? There are so many resources, and I'm finding more and more this year than anything. It's about, I've always known it's about how you think, but it's Tony Robbins says this. It's not about your resources. It's about your resourcefulness. If you don't have something, what can you do to get it? It might not be the way you think. It might not be the way you expect. It might not be the way you've seen, but it doesn't mean it's not out here. What can you do? So we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to look for any fragmented comments on the 5 places this is getting syndicated to. And if I didn't type it, if I'm not addressing something, just do something to notify me. Send me a private message, I guess. That'll work. I will for sure see that because I do have a couple screens open over here. But I'll take some questions if you have any. Going to have some more water. Having a good time. But check your energy, check your common sense, and just go, hey, what are we doing this for? Are you not taking action on something now because of fear of what someone might say? That's that trying to please everyone. Are you going so fast you're going for this big lofty goal, but you're burning people over in the meantime? I'm not going to say who or what or when or how, but there's been 3 or 4 instances in the last few weeks. I'm like, wow, really? And I'm not talking about a random person that messaged me. I'm talking about serious situations that I thought something was not the way it was, or I thought something was better than the way it was. And it was like, there's little tiny things you can do. If you're not looking at someone when you're talking to them, they probably don't think you're paying attention. If someone has to say, keep going, I'm listening, I assure you they're not. Or at least not to the level they should be. This is a calculator. It's not a phone, but I see this all the time. Stop talking. If no one is paying attention, don't keep going and let them do that. I should share that. Another funny thing for Facebook. It said, I'm having people over tonight to text on their phones. You're welcome to come by. Don't do it this year. The next party you go to, put the thing into airplane mode. There's no one dying. Unless you're a doctor, and if you are and you're on call, I get it. But maybe go to something on your day off and then you can put it on a silent mode. If you think that you can't ever take time off, you're stunting your growth. End story. Because it's never going to be past your capabilities. And if it's only on your capabilities, even if you're freaking awesome, even if you want to, even if health-wise you can, it's not going to last forever, and there's only 24 hours in a day. Well, I could run it. I say to people in the audience, when I'm doing in-person presentations, I say to them, I go, who would like to work 5 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 15, 20? And they're like, there's always someone that's, let's say, ambitious. Yes, well, I could work 22 hours a day. I only need a few hours of sleep. And they're generally in their 20s or 30s. And I go, okay, hot shot. How long can you do that for? I can go 2.5 days personally. So let's play. But I'm not dumb enough to think I can do it every day for here on out a week alone, let alone the rest of my life. Okay, you can do 22 hours a day. I can do 2.5 days. Let's play. For how long? If I do that, when I do, I always have a day or two buffer. Because I'm not looking to kill myself. If you think you can keep that up for more than a week, God bless you. If you can, by grace of God, for how long? It's not sustainable. If you have a shred of relationship, whether it's family, friends, whatever, when are you going to see your kids? When are you going to see your family? When are you going to do anything other than be a robot? Well, I can do that. I wouldn't want to. So even if you can, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Just saying, for the other 98% of people in the world, just have a shred of common sense. Be present. If you haven't figured out everything, I'm working on something. I know what it's like. I've been there, and that's why I'm so passionate about this. If you haven't been able to figure it out in the last 364 days, what makes you think this one day is going to be any different? Turn the thing off and connect with someone on a real level. Going backwards, the last one, energy. If you don't feel like you're through the roof, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but a few of mine, water. You'll be more energetic when your body's working better. Food, music, dancing, working out. Anything that gets you going. Some people like yoga. Some people like running. Some people like golf. I ask myself why. It's the fun of gardening with the excitement of walking. But whatever it is for you, I have an alto sax right behind the desk over here. I got a piano. I like to sing. I love music. If you notice, 95% of the, whatever you want to call these, my show, they got music in the background. I was in band, choir, and drama. I love it. I want to do more of it. I'm doing more of it. Whatever it is for you, let me know in the chat. What is something that makes you come alive? Maybe you do that before you go into the stuff that might not be a weekend party. So if you got any last questions, I got a skittle brittle, but it's been great. Put them in the chat below, and I'm going to double check all the different syndicated places, make sure I'm not missing anything. If I am, I apologize. It's not intentional. Some of them just weren't popping up. I'm him. All right, 60-second chat clock. Where is my... Oh, grab this watch. Didn't put it on yet, but 60 seconds, go. Hopefully you're already typing. And we're going to check this group. Is it live? The quilted line of pecan. That's a hilarious video, by the way, if you want to know what I'm getting that from. Good. David and Forrest, hello in advance. One, two, three, four, five. Three? Yeah, five. 5 comments, 2 reactions. What's that one? All right, I see more people joining. Did this thing stop? It did. Should probably wind it up more beforehand. Last place. Energy, common sense, and what does it mean to your business? Yeah, be normal. I'm looking for comments here, and I'm seeing inbox messages from people that don't just connect with someone just to use them. People don't like that in real life, and it's even more apparent on social, online, offline. Hi, how are you? I need an introduction. Great, who are you? Where did we meet? Can you even say hi? If you have social aversion, I always joked about this, but it's getting more and more relevant. I don't know what to say. Even more on, what do you call it? This live. Not Victoria told me not to use that word. Oh yeah, Facebook Live. Yeah, that's what it was. When you're just talking on video, when you're speaking to a room, I don't know what to say. Start with, this literally came from a joke for me like 20 years ago in high school. And it was like the school dance. I told my friend to, go ask her out and all that. He's like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, start with hi, hello, or how are you? But it's duly applicable for business as well. What do you say to break the ice? What do you say on here? Start with hi, hello, or how are you? It doesn't need to be fancy. In a broader scope, think about your business. Are you trying to do 19 and 51 different things? What's the one thing that's been working? Why not just do more of that? All right, we got, how do you balance personal life and family life? How do you balance personal life and business? Truthfully, Deborah, and that's a great question. I will tell you, I asked Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank that last year, that exact question, because there are a lot of schools of thought with it. And mine that has always been is I prioritize things, God, health, family, business, okay? Personally. If you're out of alignment, nothing's going to work. So to the point I was making earlier with, oh, I'm doing all this stuff for business. Business, the whole point of it is to leverage it. I'm not bored out of my mind and I'm just doing this for something to do. I sincerely want to share. And if I can answer your question here and you're better off for it, that's awesome. The video you can do stuff with to leverage it. I can send this to thousands of people on my list. I can use this for the next year. Business is designed to be leveraged, but so many people treat it as if it's just another job when you're playing by two sets of rules. So in my opinion, focus on the family. You only get one go at this, right? The business stuff, what could you possibly be doing more after a year or two in the startup phase? Truthfully, nowadays with technology, more than 3 or 6 months, if you're doing it the same way, you're probably doing it wrong, truthfully. Every instance is a little bit different, but there is yet to be a business that someone comes to me and says, hey, take a look at this. Business, organization, association, whatever, just entity, I should say, where I can't find something they could do to improve. The bigger issue is, what are you willing to change to improve it if need be? Sometimes it's a simple software solution. Sometimes it's just thinking about it differently. One of the activities I take people through in my live presentations is, all right, write your week out for me. We use paper, pens. They're great. You don't need all this fancy stuff. You don't need all these things going for you. All you got to do is think. Just draw. I mean, literally, you could draw out Monday through Saturday, Sunday, put the hours on there and go, how did I spend my time? At the very least, you could probably cut 5 or 10 hours off just by thinking about stuff differently. If you implement software solutions and, you can save another 5 or 10. If you organize what you're doing and batch it and stack it, you can do another 5 or 10. If you want to do a radical change, always, always, always start with the results. So Deborah, to your point, how do you balance personal life and business? Give me an example of a goal. What do you want? What's one thing you want to do more in your personal life, have more time for, and what's one thing you want to do in your business life? I will do this for you on the spot before I go. Rolf, welcome. Good evening. How are you? While you're typing that in, Deborah, it's time for a water break. This one? Did I drink that one? So that's good. The comment's coming up there. Let me double check here. Still a little hesitant if it's fully working. How do you balance personal life and business? Set some priorities on it. If you're spending 40 hours a week, truthfully, most people are spending 40, 50, 60. They're spending way more time than they should be. More time with family and less stress in business. Deborah, tell me more about your business. More time with family. That's great. Love it, especially this time of year. Less stress in business. Feel free. What's the top 3 things that are stressing you with business? I love this, honestly. Share them with me and I have a solution for them. I'm just curious which ones they are. There's about 5 or 6. But with business, to the point earlier, it's supposed to be leveraged. You shouldn't be stressed out about it. There's a few things you can change around that have dramatic results. The stuff people get stressed with are generally the front end work. There's no automation. They're not doing it themselves. They're doing it all themselves. There are 2 things. They're trying to get traction, and they're stressed and overwhelmed because they're not. The second thing is they have traction. They started getting the traction, and now all this stuff they generated, you actually have to fulfill. The goal shouldn't be trying to get people in front of you. It should be serving the people you're working with. So many people spend so much time out here. They let the clients, customers, they let the people they're supposed to be serving suffer. Sorry, I haven't got back with you. I'm so busy. It's like, if I'm paying you for help and I'm supposed to be the highest priority, I can only imagine where everyone else is. Now, some people might not like that, but I don't care anymore because I'm here to help people, not please them. And I just see people focusing on the wrong stuff. There's 10 people they could be helping more, and they're focused on the 80 they're meeting for the first time. And you need to always be expanding your network. I agree, but how you're doing that is a different way. Oh, well, I have so many new leads, I have to go to all these appointments. No, you don't. Maybe you batch them. And every Friday you have a Skype call, a webinar, a roundtable. You let them get on the phone with you, come into your conference call. If you're going to be repeating yourself time and time again, why in the world would you want to repeat yourself? You're not a record. You're not a robot. Maybe, just maybe, you could do something live like this to address all the same concerns you're repeating yourself for and put it in an automated fashion for new people, onboarding. If you look at any big company, they usually send you from department one to the next one to the next one. I'm not sure I love that or agree with it totally, but the premise is the sales agent isn't the onboarding agent who isn't maybe the long-term agent. There's 3 different steps. And so many times people get fixated with, I got to be all things to all people. No. Multiplication by subtraction. You get more done by doing less. You can leverage it. If we were to look at your exact process, I could really fine tune it. And I have a feeling you've got to have typed something by now. Let's see where it's popping up at. And if you're still typing, feel free. That's cool. I just want to make sure I'm not missing it. Yeah, really it goes back to the common sense thing. And if you want to talk more in detail after this, we can, but it really just takes someone. It's really easy for me to do. I do it day in, day out, phone, in person, whatever, generally on the phone, especially with the weather. But just going through it. Hey, what's your process? What's this? That paper I was flapping around earlier was from today's call. I have a page of notes. I just ask questions. You tell me the answers and go, okay, here's the 7 things I found that we can improve. Here's the game plan. It's about as simple as that. You just look at what you're doing every step of the way. Now, if you want to talk about online, because some people think, oh, digital marketing, online, internet, this is where all the key is. No. You have to have the shred of common sense still. I have tabs up here for my entire funnel. If you're not sure what that is, I've talked about it in other shows. I'll talk about it again. But the point is, so many people go, I want to drive traffic to my website. Okay, the question is why? I know the answer is leads and more customers. But I always ask because sometimes people don't articulate it. I want to drive traffic to my website. Okay, why do you want to drive traffic to your website? Because I want more visibility. Okay, you want more visibility. Why do you want more visibility? So I can get more leads. Okay, why do you want more leads? So I get more sales. It's the crux of any business. Sales, customers, serving people. It all comes back down to this little sales, customers, and serving people. All the rest is just noise that may or may not be in your best interest. So you want to drive traffic to your website. Great. You've got the wording down. Repeating after everyone else, I want to get more traffic, I want to rah, whatever. But do you actually have it metered out where you can see, step 1, I'm doing some sort of attention-grabbing advertising. Are you tracking it? Step 2, of that, how many went to step 1? How many made it to step 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6? What are the mechanics behind it? So many people are fixated with, I just want more traffic. You could be bleeding 99.5% of the traffic away just because you don't have a back end or know what you're doing or have a process. So those are a couple of things. I'm going to look for your comment one last time. If you've already said it, do me a favor and please copy and paste it to my inbox. I am not seeing it. And if not, I'm just going to chalk this up as there may be a technical thing because it's been long enough, I would think you'd It shouldn't be that complex. But I do want to help you, so send it to me privately if it's not on here. How do you balance? How do you balance more time? Yeah. These are not matching up. More time here, not here. Let me check my personal page. You're probably seeing it from there, I bet. Powerful, we do that a lot. Top comments. Where are these coming from? Is it this one? Well, anyway, I hope that helped. The point is just examine what you're, I mean, no matter if it's technical, online, offline, whatever the case may be, it is a matter of just looking at what you're doing. Step back, grab a hot cocoa, grab some tea, grab whatever you want, and just schedule, literally, if you need to, schedule some time to say, I'm going to look at my business. It's always easier if you have someone else do it because there's less emotional attachment. And, you know, I can usually do it in half hour, 45 minutes with someone. And they said they've been working on it for weeks or months. And that's just way too much time. You need to be doing it in timely fashion so you can implement it. But what you do is just look at it and go, what am I actually doing? If you're willing to go to A, B, and C events, if you're willing to watch A, B, and C webinars, if you're willing to sit down with 900,000 different things over here, when do we schedule time for our own company? Because we're giving the best of us to everyone else. Why not give a little bit of that to us? I love serving. I love helping people, but not at the expense of I get thrown into the ground. It's like the airplane. If there's an issue and you're talking on there, not talking, if you're flying and you need to get that mask down there and you want to save everyone, that's great. I would also, but if you can't breathe and you're suffocating, how are you going to be able to help anyone else? So think about that. This season, give yourself the gift of you. I will leave you with that. I will see you on the next one. In this season, give yourself the gift of you because you're worth it. God bless.